I wanted a good washer dryer, and it occurred to me not only to look for one that is broken, but also the cheapest one. After all, what could go wrong? In this video, I demonstrate how these are repaired and how I repaired mine. I was, as always, looking for junk on the internet, as my mom says, and I found this one. Washing machines at a ridiculous price since they cost up to 10 times more. The seller mentioned existing board issues and 2 prior repair attempts by technicians. The first one lacked knowledge, and the second advised replacing the board with astronomical prices, so the seller decided to simply sell it and buy a new one. I agreed to buy something that was surely garbage. I purchased it and picked it up the following day. The washing machine would turn on, and you would select a wash cycle. It would start loading water, and then, when it should start spinning, it simply did nothing. The display did not show any error code, and this is what gave me the clue that it was not a board problem. Because if not, there would be some error or nothing would work at all, or the display would be filled with thousands of errors. Initially, I thought the engine wasn't running. I disconnected the plug and tested the engine alone after removing the belt to prevent damage if it turned on. To test the engine alone, locate the wires coming out of the sides known as brushes. In this case, they were green and yellow. And from one of those wires, they make a bridge to one of the 2 red wires that go to the motor winding and the other red wire. The other wire from the brush is connected directly to 220 volts. The motor should start to spin, and my motor was also spinning, I told myself. The other 2 wires, which are the thermal protector, simply have to have continuity. And did it have it? So I realized that it wasn't a motor problem, so it had to be something else. I saw that there was a small box lying around that said Victor, so I started to disassemble Victor, and inside I found a single-phase diode bridge, and I noticed that on the back side, the board was swept clean. But I found it very strange, as it was noticeable that it had been intentionally scraped. It couldn't break like that naturally. I mean, it might be able to burn or something, but for it to be scraped in such a way, impossible. I came to think that some technician who saw it did it intentionally to deceive with his profession. But I don't want to judge anyone, so share your thoughts on the situation in the comments. I repaired the connectors with wires and tin, following the correct route, but the washing machine still didn't work. Next, I tested the diode bridge using the multimeter in diode mode, indicated by the line with a triangle in the middle, and they put the black clamp where the positive is and measure. One should give you approximately 500, the other one as well, and the last one double, close to 1,000. But mine was not like that. They all gave 500, so I bought a new one and replaced it. I ensured the part was in the right position by checking the terminals in the datasheet, as I received a different one. Still, the washing machine kept not working, so I started investigating the motherboard. I did a superficial inspection. What you have to look for is if there is any exploded capacitor, any burnt integrated circuit, any burnt resistor. See if there are signs of something having burnt, like black, let's say. If there is nothing strange, we check the back, that no soldering has jumped. And while checking, I found one that, although it was not burnt, I did realize it was cut. So I simply also continued it with a bit of wire and tin. Now comes the moment of truth. I reconnected the motor belt. For this, first they hook it on the shaft and then they start turning the drum wheel, and you will see how it adjusts itself. I turned it on and put it in spin mode, as I just wanted to test the motor, and to my surprise it was working. But the real test was to wash some clothes, so I put some clothes soap and set it to wash in dry mode. That way I was also testing the drying resistances. An hour later I had my clothes washed and dry, so it was working in perfect conditions. And that's how I bought the cheapest washing machine on MercadoLibre, and by fixing it, I saved a fortune. Similarly, I purchased the most affordable dishware on MercadoLibre, which supposedly also had a board error and only had the water level float stuck. I washed to the tank and it was already running, but that's another story. I'm also moving, so I'll be posting the renovations, and if you made it this far, thanks for the video. Comment what you thought and see you in the next video. Bye.